Good morning and welcome back to Sugar.413, my new YouTube channel. Thanks for coming in. And thanks for subscribing. Thank you for all the subscribers that I have received thus far. I really, really appreciate you. So today we're going to just talk about being in your 50s and how things change and how things stay the same. And what are your goals and aspirations in your 50s opposed to what they were in your 20s or your 30s. Again, hit the subscribe now while you're still thinking about it. When you're in your 50s, things are a lot different. They are. The foods you eat now kind of hang around with you a little bit more in a lot of different ways, and I'll explain. First of all, they hang around in your stomach because now you probably have more problems with your gut and with gas, maybe even with elimination now that you're older because things are moving slower. So things that you ate in your 20s and your 30s and you probably gained 1 pound, now in your 50s, you gain 10 pounds because menopause and perimenopause starts seeping in and your hormones are totally out of control. You are a whole different person. So that's one of the things that may change in your 50s. Your goals and aspirations probably change because when you're in your 20s and your 30s, you're planning for your career. What do I want to do with my life until I retire? When you're in your 50s, you're planning, what am I going to do when I retire? Because if you're in your 50s, most people start looking at retirement anywhere from 60 to 65. So in your 50s, you should be fine-tuning your finances. You heard me. Subscribe. Fine-tuning your finances to make sure that you have enough money set aside to continue to live the life that you desire. Right? Everybody's life is different because some people want to retire so that they can travel. Some people want to retire so that they can move maybe closer to family. Some people want to retire and do absolutely positively nothing but just watch TV, go fishing, go for long walks, go for long hikes. So it just depends on who you are and what you want to do. But you want to make sure that your finances are right. So in your 50s, you start fine-tuning, making sure that you're putting enough aside every month so that you will be able to retire comfortably. You know? What else is different? Your family structure is different. You're in your 50s now. If you are blessed and still have parents living, they're probably late 70s and 80s. So now you're doing a lot of caregiving. You may be spending more time with your parents or your great aunts or your aunts, helping them do daily things, giving them rides to appointments, cooking and maybe bringing an extra meal to them during the week. So in your 50s, a lot of things shift, a lot of things change, but you're still healthy enough and cognitively speaking can think of things and make things by planning. So the important part about your 50s is a lot of planning goes on so much differently when you're in your 20s and your 30s and you're looking for the new job. You're still looking for a house. You're planning your family. You're running around with small children. You may have kids in daycare, or you might have elementary school kids that are doing dance or basketball or soccer or hockey, and you're driving them around all the time. Now all of that has settled because they're teenagers or they're in their 20s. They're out the house. Maybe they're in college. Some of them are out the house because they have their own apartment. So your life becomes different. It becomes more of your life that you could control and more of your life that you can't control because things start happening with your body just due to age alone. So you might have to exercise a little bit more than you did. You might have to drink more water just to keep things moving and keep things flowing and keep things regulated now a little bit more because your body structures are starting to get old now. Not that they're failing you yet, but they're starting to get older. So you have to act accordingly. Yeah, your 50s are great, though. It's a great time. I feel so much freedom because I know so many things that I didn't know in my 20s and my 30s. I feel like I am a wad of information for young people now. They can ask me questions and I have answers, not textbook answers, but answers from life. Very, very, very important. You matter to people in a different way. You're that old auntie now. You may not think you're old at 50, but I'm guarantee some of your nieces and nephews who are 7, 8, 9 probably think you're pretty darn old. You might look good and you might feel good, but you're pretty old. And now is the time to get in tune with your body. Start going to your yearly checkups and find out what your numbers really are. Look at that blood pressure. Look at those blood sugars. Look at the cholesterol. Look at your kidney functions. This is the time to start getting a really good grip on what is going on in your body, what changes I need to make, what medications, if any, I need to take so that you can sustain feeling good about your body and being able to do what you want to do and not being dictated because you're not feeling good, because you're not aware and you don't know. Stay in touch with your doctor. Make sure that in your 50s, you should have your will. Your will should already have been completed. You should know who is getting what when you pass on. You should know what kind of services you want to have when you pass on. These are things that you should have in place because, life is short. If you're blessed to be in your 50s, that's great. But remember, when you watch the news or you pick up a newspaper or you talk to family and friends, people are leaving here from accidents, from shootings, from drownings. People are leaving here in their 20s and their 30s. So when you get to your 50s, you should have a lot of things figured out. Okay. So for today, I think that is enough information. I hope that you continue to come back so that I can feed you with more of my life chronicles. And I hope that you leave comments. If you're a person that's in your 50s or in your late 40s and approaching your 50s, do any of these things that I just talked about resonate with you? Have you already been on track to do these things? Are you looking at your retirement? How much is in your retirement funds? And are you going to be able to still maintain your mortgage if you still have a mortgage? Your insurances, make sure you be able to pay your electric, your cable, your phone bill. All of these things still have to get paid. But remember, when you retire, most people are living off of a lower income. So are you able to do that and still maintain? These are just some of the things that off of the top of my head I think about when I'm in my 50s. So comment, subscribe. Please watch and enjoy this video. Share with other friends that are in your age category because I just want to plant a seed and give you something to think about. Okay? Have a good day.